is equal to 3 by 5 cos beta is equal to 5 by 13, where alpha and beta in the quadrant 1 means alpha lies between 0 and 90 degree and beta lies between 0 and 90 degree because they are both in the first quadrant. So if alpha lies between 0 and 90 degree, see alpha lies between 0 and 90 degree and beta lies between 0 and 90 degree, would mean that if you add the two, then alpha plus beta must lie between 0 and 180 degree. That means alpha plus beta lies either in the first quadrant or second quadrant, isn't it? Because if you have this as your quadrants, okay, and if it is between 0 and 180 degree, 0 and 180 degree, that means either it lies in the first quadrant or it lies in the second quadrant. Okay, so I don't know whether first quadrant or second quadrant, may lie in either of the two. So my first duty is to find sine alpha plus beta. Okay, now in order to find sine alpha plus beta, we'll first find cos alpha. Cos alpha, you know, is root 1 minus sine square alpha. Okay, which is, now see, alpha is in the first quadrant, so that is why we are taking the positive sign here. Otherwise I would have given a plus minus sign. Root over of 1 minus 3 by 5 square, root 1 minus 9 by 25, which is root 16 by 25, which is equal to 4 by 5. So this is my cos alpha. Okay, and I will also find sine beta, because with the help of sine alpha I am finding cos alpha. With the help of cos beta I am going to find sine beta. Now sine beta is again plus root 1 minus cos square beta, which is root 1 minus 5 by 13 square, which is equal to root over of 1 minus 25 by 169. 144 by 169, which is 12 by 13. Okay, now we'll find sine alpha plus beta. Therefore sine alpha plus beta is equal to sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sine beta. Okay, now sine alpha we have been given here, sine alpha is 3 by 5, sine alpha is 3 by 5. Cos beta, cos beta we know is 5 by 13. It is given me, the value has been given to me, 5 by 13 plus cos alpha is 4 by 5. We have already calculated cos alpha, and sine beta is 12 by 13. Okay, So this will get 15 by 65 plus 48 by 65. So this is 58 plus 15 is 63 by 65. So sine alpha plus beta we are getting 63 by 65. Okay. We have managed to find sine alpha plus beta here. Let me check what is the answer. This is here. P1. Yes, 63 by 65. See here, 63 by 65. Okay, we now move on to the next one. Now is cos alpha plus beta. So this was number one. Sine alpha plus beta was number one. Number two, cos alpha plus beta. Is cos alpha cos beta minus sine alpha sine beta. Now what is cos alpha? Cos alpha we have found as 4 by 5. So this is 4 by 5. Cos beta is given. Cos beta is given to us as 5 by 13. And put here minus sine alpha. Sine alpha is given to me as 3 by 5. Cos beta or sine beta, sorry, sine beta we have calculated here 12 by 13. So this is 12 by 13. Okay, so this is 20 by 65 minus 36 by 65. 20 minus 36 by 65, which is minus 16 by 65. Okay, so cos alpha plus beta, we check the answer here. Yes, it's minus 16 by 65. And finally, tan alpha plus beta. This is one is easy. Tan alpha plus beta is sine alpha plus beta by cos alpha plus beta. Sine alpha plus beta is 63 by 65, and cos alpha plus beta we have calculated on minus 16 by 60. So in this, these two cancel. So what you simply get here is minus 63 by 16. Any question?
No, sir. Got it.
So we'll do, let me erase this first. We'll do the second one also. Thirteen two. Again here, what is given? Given here is cos alpha equal to minus 12 by 13, cos beta or cot beta. Cot beta is given as 24 by 7, where alpha is in quadrant 2. That means alpha lies between quadrant 2 means 90 degree and 180 degree. And beta lies between, beta is in quadrant 3. Quadrant 3 means beta lies between 180 degree and 270 degree. Okay. In the first rotation, of course. In the second rotation, there will be other values also. Okay. So alpha is in the second quadrant, beta is in the third quadrant. What do we need to find? We need to find sine alpha plus beta and cos alpha, cos alpha plus beta and tan alpha plus beta. So what we'll do here is the cos alpha is given to us. So what we'll do here is we'll find sine alpha first. Sine alpha is equal to root 1 minus cos square alpha. But we need to see the sign here. What should be the sign? Whether it should be a plus or whether it should be a minus. Okay. So in order to see whether sign should be a positive or negative, you must see in which quadrant alpha lies. Okay. So alpha is in which quadrant? Alpha is in the, see, alpha is in quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, sign is positive. So therefore, this will be a positive sign. Root 1 minus minus 12 by 13 square. 1 minus 144 by 169. 25 by 169, which is 5 by 13. So I've got the value of sine alpha as plus 5 by 13 because alpha is in second quadrant where sine is positive. Okay, and we now need to find sine alpha, cos alpha we have found. We now need to find sine beta and cos beta. Okay, with the help of this cot beta. So how do you find? You know that cosec square beta is equal to 1 plus cot square beta, isn't it? We shall use this relation. So 1 plus cosec square beta, or we give a root, give it a radical sign. Instead of this writing the square, we know that cosec square beta is equal to 1 plus cot square beta. You give a radical sign, therefore cosec beta is equal to root plus 1 plus cot square beta. Now the question is, what should be the sign of cosec beta? The sign of cosec beta has to be a positive sign because beta, oh, not positive, it should be negative. You need to check beta is in which quadrant. You see that beta is in quadrant 3. In quadrant 3, only tan is positive. Sine and cosec are negative. So therefore this should be a negative sign. So this should be minus root 1 plus 24 by 7 square. So again minus root over 1 plus, and 24 square is how much? 324. 320, 24 square is 576 divided by 49. So this will be minus root 49 plus 576 divided by 49 is equal to minus, and 576 plus 49 is 625, which is equal to minus 25 by 7. Okay, so you've got cosec beta, that means what is sine beta? 1 by cosec beta, which is 1 by minus 25 by 7, which is minus 7 by 25. We have got sine beta, so therefore we can find cos beta also. Cos beta is equal to root 1 minus sine square beta. But the question is, what should be the sign here, plus or minus? Again, see that beta is in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, only tan is positive. Sec and cosec are negative. So again, a negative sign here. Minus root 1 minus 7 by 25 square. That means minus 1 minus 49 by 625 minus 625 minus 49 divided by 625 minus root 625 minus 49 is 576, I guess. Yes, 576 divided by 625, and root over of 576 is 24. So cos beta we have got minus 24 by 5. Therefore, what is now we shall proceed to find sin alpha plus beta, cos alpha plus beta, and tan alpha plus beta. So we proceed to find sin alpha plus beta. Therefore, sin alpha plus beta was number 1. Sin alpha plus beta is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Now sin alpha is how much we have calculated? 5 by 13. Write 5 by 13. Cos beta we have calculated minus 24 by 25 plus cos alpha. Cos alpha is given to us to be minus 12 by 13. And sin beta is minus 7 by 25. Okay, so we now proceed to calculate this. 24 into 5 is 120. So this is minus 120 by 13 into 25, 325. Okay, and this is plus 12 into 7 is 84 divided by 325. So this is 120 minus 84, which is minus 36 divided by 325. Will it cancel with 3? I think so. No, it will not. It will not cancel with 3. Okay, so what is the answer here? Yes, minus 36 by 325. So answer matched. Next, we have proceed to calculate cos alpha plus beta. Cos alpha plus beta is again cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta, and cos alpha is given to us as 12 by 13, right? 12 by 13, and cos beta we have calculated here. We have calculated this to be 24 by 25. So this is minus 24 by 25 minus sin alpha. Sin alpha is 5 by 13. Put the value 5 by 13. And sin beta we have calculated minus 7 by 25. Put the value minus 7 by 25. So now we calculate the value. So this is 12 into 24, 288 minus 288. 13 into 25 is 325. And this minus minus becomes plus 5 into 7, 35 divided by 325. And 288 minus 35 or minus 288 plus 35 will give you minus 253 by 325. So this is my cos alpha plus beta. Has it tallied? Yes. It has 253. 3 showing 323. Should this be a negative sign? 5 by 13. No. Oh no, this is okay. 5 by 13 is okay. 12 by 13 minus. Oh, this is negative. This is a negative sign. So this is a positive sign here. So this becomes, both are addition. So this becomes 288 plus 35 becomes 323 by 325. And therefore, you see here 323 by 325. And the last one, tan alpha plus beta is very simple. You just divide tan alpha plus beta is sin alpha plus beta by cos alpha plus beta. Sin alpha plus beta is minus 36 by 325 and cos alpha plus beta is 323 by 325. These two cancel. So you get minus 36 divided by 323. Will this cancel with 3? No. So let's see whether our answer is tallied. Yes, minus 36 by 323. Okay, so this was our these two. Similarly, you can work out number 14 also. This one you can work out. Okay, I intend to solve one more problem here for today. If A and B are acute angles, oh, not this. Look at this. Look at this one. Given, this is number 18. Given tan A plus B is equal to 1. Also, given tan A minus B is equal to 1 by 7. You need to find the value of, without using tables, you need to find the value of tan A and tan B. Okay. Given tan A plus B and tan A minus B, you need to find the value of tan A and tan B. Okay, so we start with the first one. So we have tan A plus B is equal to 1. Okay, which means that what is the formula for tan A plus B? Tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B is equal to 1. Okay, that means tan A plus tan B is equal to 1 minus tan A tan B. Now I say let tan A is equal to x and tan B is equal to y. So therefore x plus y is equal to 1 minus xy. Call this equation number 1. We want to find x and y because we want to find tan A and tan B. Now we'll start with the second one, tan A minus B. Also, this tan A minus B is equal to 1 by 7 will give me my second equation. And we know the formula for tan A minus B to be tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A tan B equal to 1 by 7. And tan A I have taken as x, tan B I have taken as y. So we'll simply put the values. x plus y, sorry, x minus y, not plus, x minus y by 1 plus xy is equal to 1 by 7. Now cross multiply, you get 7 times x minus y is equal to 1 plus xy. That means 7x minus 7y is equal to 1 plus xy. So this is our equation number 2. Okay. Now with the help of these two equations, we want to solve these two equations in order to find x and y. Okay. So how will you solve these two equations? You add the two equations first. X plus y is equal to 1 minus xy, and 7x minus 7y is equal to 1 plus xy. Why are we adding? Because we see I have a 1 minus xy here, I have a 1 plus xy here. So what will happen is, if I add the two equations, then this will cancel. So I'll only be left with 8x minus 6y is equal to 2. That means now if I take 2 common, 4x minus 3y is equal to 2. That means I get 4x minus 3y is equal to 1. Okay. I've got a third equation. With the help of 1 and 2, I've got a third equation. Okay. So now what I'll do here is, I'll find out x from here and put it in these two equations, any of the two equations. Okay. Either this equation or this equation. Okay. So what I'll do here is, I'll first find out the value of x, 1 plus 3y. Okay. And x is 1 plus 3y by 4. This you can now, x is equal to 1 plus 3y. You can, let us put it in equation number 1. From 1, what was the equation? X x plus y is equal to 1 minus xy. This was our equation. We will put the value of x as 1 plus 3y by 4 plus y, so 1 minus, instead of x, 1 plus 3y by 4 into y. Okay. Now we simplify, we'll get a quadratic in y. Okay. So let's simplify. Get 1 plus 3y plus 4y by 4 is equal to 1 minus y plus 3y square by 4. Okay. 4 minus, now we take the LCM here also on the right hand side. So this is 1 plus 7y is equal to, if you take the LCM here, you get 4 minus y minus 3y square divided by 4. So 4 and 4 cancel from here. So what are we left with? 1 plus 7y is equal to 4 minus y minus 3y square. So you've got a quadratic. Okay, so we write this quadratic, bring everything on the left hand side. You get 3y square plus y minus 4, and this remains plus 7y plus 1 is equal to 0. Now I get 3y square plus 8y minus 3 equal to 0. Now we'll solve this quadratic. 3y square plus 9y minus y minus 3 equal to 0. Then 3y, y plus 3 minus 1, y plus 3 equal to 0. Y plus 3 into 3y minus 1 is equal to 0. That means either y is equal to -3 or y is equal to 1/3. Now what is y? What was y we had taken? Yes, we had taken y to be tan b. So that means either tan b is equal to, that means either tan b is equal to -3 or tan b is equal to 1/3. Now I want to find tan a. Okay, so we'll have two cases. When y is equal to -3, we have from 1. We'll put the value of y in 1 to get the value of x. And we consider the first case, that is when y is equal to -3. What was the equation? X plus y is equal to 1 minus xy. Okay, so we put the value x plus y to 1 minus x y. We get x minus 3 is equal to 1 plus 3x. That means x minus 3x is equal to 1 plus 3. That means minus 2x is equal to 4. That means x is equal to 4 by minus 2, which is minus 2. And the second case also, when y is equal to, that means what is x here? X is tan a. That means tan a is equal to minus 2. And we'll consider the second case when y is equal to 1/3. Again, we have from 1 x plus y 1 minus xy, x plus y 1 minus x into y. And this is simple equation. We'll solve. X plus 1/3 is equal to 1 minus x by 3. I take the LCM, you get 3x plus 1 by 3 is equal to 3 minus x divided by 3. These two cancel. We simply get 3x plus 1 is equal to 3 minus x. We get 3x plus x is equal to 3 minus 1. That means 4x is equal to 2. That means x is equal to 2 by 4, which is equal to half. And what is x? X is tan a. So what is our conclusion? Either tan a, when tan a is equal to minus 2, tan b is equal to, what was the value of y here? Minus 3.
3.
Or tan a is equal to half,
1 by 2.
tan b is equal to 1 by 3.
1 by 3.
Okay, so this is your solution.